Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Let us know where you're calling in from. We're going to start in about 4 minutes. Text, call, message all your friends and family, all your leaders. Let them know that we're coming on this call right now. Have them join in. We're going to have some exciting news for you guys. Let us know where you're calling in from. What's up, Drew? How you doing? Myrtle Beach in the house. Atlanta, Georgia. All right. Come on in, guys. All right. Want to see where you guys are calling in from. Excited to see our family from all over the world. We got Thailand represented. We got Chicago. Barbara, how you doing? We got Canada. Some of these places I can't pronounce. We got New Jersey in the house, right down the street from me. What else we got here? Earth. That's right. I love it. We got people from the planet Earth here. Okay, Costa Rica. Miguel, how you doing, sir? All right. Philippines, Florida. All right, come on in, guys. Costa Rica, Toronto, South Africa, vibes from South Africa. Delray, Florida, Montreal, Malaysia. Wow. Atlanta, Georgia. Maryland, how you guys doing down in Maryland? Crab cakes. All right. What is it? Rasaya? Cameroon. All right. Orlando. Epic Center. All right. We're going to start in about 2 minutes, guys. Call, text, let people know the call is going on. This is our big Sunday, Super Sunday call with our CEO, Albert. Philadelphia. All right, Nigeria. Come on in, guys. It's always good to see so many people from around the world, so many people from different cultures, different races, different religions, all together for one common goal.
Yeah, TW, let's go ahead and kick off the meeting. Let's go ahead and start it.
All right, let's go. Well, listen, we're going to get going right now, and I'd like to introduce one of my best, closest friends, this man right here. Let me just say this right here. When we're talking about savants, geniuses, this man right here is one of those guys. When he puts his hand to something, when he puts his mind to it, there's really no stopping this guy. This guy's an ultra marathon runner. He's an ex-Navy SEAL. He's a mortgage broker. He's a poker player. Anything that he puts his hands on, he's successful in. And I'm just glad to call him a friend. Glad to have him in my corner, because if it gets real, he's that kind of guy that you can call on. And he's none other than Albert Muir, our CEO, and one of the founders, if not the most important part of this whole program, PunkPanda. And ladies, don't take it for granted that he's coming on this call. He has a vision, and we're all a part of that vision. And Albert, just talk us through this whole thing this morning and let us know what's new. Give us what you got. We're waiting to hear from you. Albert Muir, please. Thank you.
Thank you. What a wonderful introduction. I'm very honored to be your friend, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, when we started this, I never thought what's happening right now could ever happen. And I dream big. I really do, all the time. Just could have never imagined the dream team that would have started with this back on October 29th. I couldn't have imagined all the problems we've been through. The problems we've been through would be devastating in most instances. The beta app, it operated and worked much worse than we expected it to. But you know what? The messaging and the idea has been basically so fantastic. It has overshadowed all of that. And of course, us that started this community, of course, we're always going to be biased towards the project. So don't take it from us. Just type in the words PunkPanda into YouTube. And when you do that, you'll see what hundreds of influencers in the YouTube world, Instagram world, what they're actually saying about us and what they're predicting about us. These are people we don't even know. And there's just hundreds and thousands. I've seen things here happen that I've never seen happen anyplace else. You know, being involved in direct sales now going on just about 15 years, whether it be products or involved with crypto. I've never seen the staggering numbers that I've seen here, such as, you know, having 450,000 registered downloads right now, about ready to double in size. Several different teams with their Panda Pals teams growing to over 8,000 to 10,000 just within the first 90 days alone. You know, comparing to WhatsApp and Viper, Dropbox, going way ahead of all of their numbers, what they did in the first 90 days. And when you look at those companies, and that's our biggest comparisons is, you know, Zoom, Dropbox, and WhatsApp, going by all their numbers in the first 90 days and realizing that one of them was sold for 19 billion and Zoom being the highest valuation at 98 billion. So everything in between, 18 billion all the way up to 98 billion. What will we be worth in the future? I mean, time will only tell, but the messaging and the business model is something very unique to the world. And we wanted to create an idea where somebody in Nigeria, somebody in the Philippines, somebody in India could just simply go out with their phone, no investment, and have the same opportunity that if they had 3 Bitcoin to be able to invest into something and be able to make that type of money. Well, we know the difficulty of them acquiring 3 Bitcoin would be very hard if you live in a poverty-stricken country or third world country. But now you have that same ability because you don't need an investment. Your people, you don't have to ask them for money. That's always been the limitation of going to, you know, financial freedom. If you could put the sweat equity into it, usually that will not equal if you have. I mean, there just used to be a saying when we were doing real estate stuff, you know, cash is king. When you could go in, you could buy a house 20, 30, 40% less if you had the cash versus getting a mortgage on it, you know, cash is king. So just being able to have that financial equity to build wealth. I really truly believe we will change many generations, their outlook on life in the future because of what we're doing here. And also just being a very deep crypto enthusiast and knowing that that's the future, knowing it's going to be the biggest industry in the world. The other night, I was sitting with a bunch of people at a dinner table, and I just said, Apple being the largest company in the world, you know, worth 1 trillion. I think Amazon might have passed it. I was using Apple as the example. And I said simply, how much money in your life have you spent on Apple? I know myself, I've bought like 5 phones and I pay $10 a month. Out of the money that's made, that I make, very small percentage have ever gone to Apple, and yet it's the largest country in the world. As a matter of fact, somewhere around 80% of all the people that are in PunkPanda right now are using Android. They're not even using Apple. So now think what an industry will be like when 90% of all your money, crypto, would be used out of the income that you make to pay your rent, to pay your mortgage, to make your car payment, to pay your electricity, to top up your things, to play sports fantasy. It's going to be all I'm trying to say, it's going to be the largest industry in the world, probably bigger than the next 3 put together because it involves all the money that you make. And that's what the future will be. And then just to sit there and think, and actually TW is the one that got me thinking about this, what had actually happened to me when the internet came out. Well, 10 years after the internet came out, I sent my first email. And when I did that, I'm going to say that only maybe 1 out of 25 of my friends had internet in their house at that time. Well, 10 years later, all 25 of them did, you know? So it drastically changed from what it was the first 10. Well, that's exactly where we are in the crypto industry. And this year, or exactly 1 year ago, back in February, I was sitting on my bed in the Philippines, and all of a sudden, TV come on and started talking about these NFTs. And I said, you know what, over the next 2 years, there'll be more people involved in crypto because of the NFTs, because now they're going to be hearing enough from crypto enthusiasts, you know, all the people that every crypto enthusiast since, you know, basically 2012 for the 10 years, 2022, put in. Well, the sports heroes out there, the musicians, the artists, they'll have more influence than we will. They'll triple the size of crypto users over the next 2 years, what took us 10 years to actually get to. Okay. So without further say on this or anything else, I'm going to start a presentation. It's going to be short. It's just going to be like a 20-minute overview. If there's anything that you're not caught up on, there's several of these recordings. Have the person that invited you on this call get you the recording. If you want to see something really in detail, there's hour-long presentations by some people. And there's 20-minute versions out there. Pick whatever suits you the best. So right now I'm going to go over and load this PowerPoint up. There we go. And this is what we wanted to accomplish. We wanted to be able to ask somebody, what would your life be like if a messaging app like WhatsApp or Telegram paid you every day for using it and sharing it? Okay. And now imagine those daily rewards that you're getting, and you're getting them every 30 minutes. Imagine if that gave you actual ownership in the company. You know, WhatsApp sold to Facebook for 19 billion. Do you know what the first 1 million people in WhatsApp got when that happened? Well, they got zero. The owners got all 19 billion. But imagine if those owners had said, you know what, we'll keep 5 billion, put 15 billion back out to the community. Okay. That would have given those first million people millions and millions of dollars for sharing the app and using it. Dropbox is right now valued at 10 billion. At one time, it's become a little bit obsolete. At one time, it was valued at 23 billion. Zoom Video, 98 billion. So these are things you're already using. So that was the other secret to the sauce, was that it's something that somebody's already using. And if you had been using WhatsApp for 7 years, you open it up and all of a sudden you saw all of these tokens in there, and they had a real value, and they were listed on Qcoin and Binance and Pancake, and you could easily transfer them into a fiat situation. And there was 10,000 of them, and you found out they're $3. And it was given to you as their way of saying, thank you for helping us build this community of WhatsApp users. It would be completely different than absolutely receiving nothing. The other thing, we wanted to take security very, 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 very seriously. So here you'll find out that we don't store anything. If the CIA came and they said, you know what, John murdered this person, we need the information, give us everything you have. We can't give them the messages because we don't store them. They'd have to get them off John's phone. Even if I saw John kill the person and I want to help them, I couldn't. All I could give them is the mobile number and the email, and they would take a court subpoena to do that. So understand, we don't take any information that we've received and sell it to a third party. That's what everybody else's business model is. That's not our business model. We have real revenue generating products. Okay. How many times have you ever talked or put something into Google and then all of a sudden you start to see ads for it? Well, that'll never happen here with PunkPanda. You'll never see something that you talked about in PunkPanda, then all of a sudden you're advertised about it. We don't collect data. So, most people are the product and other things, and that's okay. The world's first secure messaging app, it pays you to use it, to share it. It's free, okay? And that's the biggest part of this. People are no longer timid to go out and say, hey, download this free app. If you like it, you're going to keep using it. The difference between this one and that one, this one will pay you every 30 minutes. This one won't. It's basically that simple. That was the whole presentation right there. You don't need to know really any more than that. Military grade encryption. You guys will all see the military grade that we're using when the new version gets released. And I'll talk a little bit about that here in a couple minutes. In about 1 minute, I'm going to bring a gentleman that's a leader by the name of Frank. After this slide, I'm going to call on him, and he's going to share with you the things that he's been doing and building since just a little before Christmas Day. He hasn't even been with us the whole length of time. So what we have is if you've been looking for a project and you said, you know what, I want to be involved in something that 6 months from now, it doesn't turn into a pump and dump, and now I'm looking for a new project. Okay? We are a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. Smart contract will be running for the next 15 years. Nobody can stop that. Even if the community is sold, the way the sell happens is Jeffrey Bezos from Amazon wants to buy it because he wants to market some secure product. He has to have 51% of the tokens. That's how he takes control of the DAO. Well, we mint them over a 15-year period. So you'd have to go to TW, buy his out of his wallet if you wanted to sell them. Mikhail's, mine, everybody's. And then he could even out for TW, he could say, you know what? Over the next 3 years, you've got a Panda Pals team and it's receiving tokens in that wallet for the next 3 years, estimated at about 5 every 30 minutes. Let me buy the next 3 years from you. It's up to him if he wants to sell them or not. But you know what happens 3 years later? Those tokens start going back to TW. They're his. It's his Panda Pals team, and it's going to run for the next 15 years. For him simply using the app, he'd never paid to download it. Sharing the app, nobody ever had to pay for downloading. So when he shared it, those people got to use it for free. Hold the tokens in the app or on the farm. That's the only ways that you can earn the tokens. And basically, the 6 words that describe us perfectly is use it, share it, own it. Frank, if you could come on now, you've been nothing short of a fantastic leader, one of the largest Panda Pals teams going right now. And in addition to that, just taking advantage of the extended pre-sale, private sale, and the extended sale. And once again, joining us on just a week before Christmas. It's been quite impressive. You could come on and say a few words of how everything's going for you there in the great country of Canada.
You bet. You bet. Thanks, you. Thanks, Albert. Thanks for this opportunity. I'm just so excited. And I got to just tell you, everything that's going on. And what really got me excited about PunkPanda was the security and the privacy. And it's amazing that everybody's looking for that, the censorship, etc. It's just been sharing. I've been just sharing with people the actual app, and not even the coin at the beginning. I was just so excited about the privacy, the security. Finally, we got something that the people want, and everybody wants it. And what's really great about PunkPanda is the opportunity for the third world countries out there to make money, and it costs them absolutely zero. And that's what's been taken off in our group. Then you top it off with the actual crypto play and the tokenization and the Panda 11 and everything else that's going along with that. And I just want people out there to know that it's just been amazing. Yes, we're saying that we're going to list when we're ready and when the time's right. With this bear market, etc., I think it's actual perfect timing to just build as many tokens as possible, build your PunkPandas as big as you can. And when you start getting Josh the Jedi stating that we're going to be a unicorn company and stating that he wants to be part of the white paper, that is absolutely huge. And when you're bringing communication in with crypto at the same time, that's never been done before, and that was done. The CTO was just talking about that. You top it off with the advertising company that we're going to bring on board, stating that they want to accept our token as payment. It just speaks volume. We're just so excited here in Canada, and throughout my whole team is very excited. We have people in Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and just growing in UK, Europe. It's just growing. I just want to encourage people that now's the time to just grab as many coins as you can and make them their prisoners. And what I mean by that, I see a huge future in PunkPanda and Panda 11, where this is going. And the company's just everything that I see with the advertising and strategy and planning with of course, with Craig and Josh and so on and so forth. And the marketing team is just going to be a blessing. Just cannot wait for this to continue to grow as a big family. So Albert, I really appreciate your support, Marcus and TW. It's just an amazing ride. So thank you very much for having me say a few words.
You're very welcome, and thank you for being on board with us. And speaking of Malaysia, could we bring on Tqvm to say a few words about Malaysia and Indonesia, how it's going with you with PunkPanda? And ladies and gentlemen, this lady right here, I've known her for a long time. She's known as the Iron Lady. If I was going to start any community, any project, I would definitely want her to be one of my top 5 leaders. And she was here. She was one of the first 5 people I called. So I've always held true to my word on that. Tqvm, if you could please come on and share with us. Has Tqvm been made a co-host yet?
No, not yet. You have to do it out.
Oh.
We can't. I can't do it.
Oh, I thought you guys could. Okay. Sorry. If I can get her to stick a hand up. Okay. Has Mikkel been made a co-host yet? No. Frank. Hey, Jay, come on and you speak next, okay? Jay's out of Canada. Listen, this gentleman's on fire. Works harder than anybody that I know, other than maybe Frank. Up all time and night, and just absolutely loving. Jay, come on and speak a few words about how it's going for you.
Thank you, Mr. Albert. Really appreciate the opportunity. And I'm excited because I've never seen an opportunity like that in the past. And we will never see an opportunity like that in the future. Trust me. It's not about me these days. It's about others. And I would like to introduce 2 people, though there's big leaders like Gagan, there's Kurvinder, there's Zolani Abe, all of them building, and many others who I could have missed. And but right now in the Philippines, we have like positive connection and vibration going on. Mr. Felix Benting, if you can say a word, and Mr. J. Roberts, if they can say something, that would be great.
Okay. Hey, Felix, I just made you a co-host. If you want to come on right now.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone, or good day, wherever you all are. First of all, I really, really do appreciate being part of the team. Uh, I'll keep this short. One word got me to this project is the word free. And when I hear the word free, I'm in, because who doesn't want free stuff? And then on top of that, when you get free stuff, you get paid to use it. So that's unheard of. I've always been in the business world wherein, yeah, all the money's going to somewhere else. Now it's finally going back to the users. And what a brilliant idea. Just to cut it short, I'm happy to be part of the team, just about a week old. And yeah, just spreading the word to as many people as I can. Thank you again to all the leaders. May this be a great ride to everybody. Thank you for this opportunity to speak.
And thank you for having an interest in PunkPanda. I'll have other speakers come on in about 5 more minutes. Just let me go through a couple more slides here. So I was talking about the 15 years. Now, 275 million tokens will be created over those 15 years. So there can be no more minted. Somebody said that the other day. How many more do you plan on minting in the future? Well, we can't. Okay. So there's only 275 million. We actually started a pre-sale back on October 29th at 10 cents. We're well over $1.15. When crypto.com, such with Craig, and then Jedi Josh got involved, they said, slow down. Don't you guys do the listing. Because if you think about it, everybody that's wanted to buy the tokens has already had the opportunity to buy them at 30 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, 85 cents. When you list at $1.25, what you need is a new community of investors that like investing into these things. Let them know about the pancake launch. So when your people are selling their 1% and the 2%, the 3%, there'll be enthusiasts sitting there buying it. And so we took their advice. And what a thing to just fall into our laps. I mean, one of the biggest marketing agencies in the world, as Frank just said, just took us and said, we'll take your token for payment. At that minute, we said, well, let's double the budget. They said, okay. So we have great advertising that will be going out here very soon. The landing page on the farm will be set up as a DeFi project, and everybody will see that here in the next few days. So 10 cents to $1. And we also have the halving life, like a Bitcoin. Now, so the total supply, 275 million. We pre-mined 65 million. That was so we could have the pre-sale, the private sale. So we could do the liquidity pool that we're going to need for Pancake, liquidity pools for other exchanges in the future, the founding contributors and the ambassador founders and stuff. And then the other 210 million are mined out over a 15-year period. So when we look at that schedule, we see that on year 1, 2,100 every 30 minutes. 1,050 are contributed to the people that are contributing to the community by having people download the app for free. 23% go to people that hold the token. The longer they hold it, the more it helps the community, because it gives us time to roll out the other products that we have, such as Panda 11. I'll be talking about that here shortly, which is the first sports fantasy app in the world that uses crypto. It helps the players take home much more money than they would usually do. So because they do, legally, they don't have to pay the government tax now, because we're located in the British Virgin Islands. And also, once somebody takes the tokens out of the app and the phone, they can, if they have them in a regular wallet, they don't get the rewards every 30 minutes. So if they want to get the rewards, they bought them somewhere else other than earning them, such as on Pancake. What they would do is they would take them to the farm, stake them there. Now they would get their rewards every 30 minutes. And so Tqvm, now would be a good time for you to come on and say a couple minutes about Malaysia and Indonesia. So please,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, Tqvm.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, whoever you are. Thank you very much, Albert, and thank you, Dawson. Okay, I am here with the invitation of Albert, my good friend. We have been together for, I think, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Yeah. And I see that this is a very good opportunity for a lot of people. In Malaysia, we call it the under 40 group. There the people who has lower income, the lower income. So when I open my mouth to them and say, look, this will subsidize your family earning, for free. You start with nothing. This money can subsidize your living. Yeah. So like coming week, I'll be traveling to the East Coast because East Coast COVID and all. But I tell you, this is the best project I have ever come across. Yeah, nothing better than this. Nothing at all. And with the hard work of all the management people like Dawson and Albert, I tell you, I just take off my hat for you guys. You all are working very, very hard. So to me, I said, there's nothing better, nothing more. Yeah, I will go all out for this to help the Malaysians and the Indonesians. Yeah, because I have a lot of Indonesians coming in under me now with me. We work together as a team. I don't care who they are, whose line they are. We work as a team. Yeah. Okay. Thank you from Malaysia.
And that's one of the things that makes Frank and Tqvm so special to me is that they're so willing to help anybody in the community, and they care more for their people than they do themselves. So that's the type of community we love. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we really are. In comparison, we're 3-in-1. We are Zoom, Viper, WhatsApp. I'm not Viper, Zoom, Dropbox, and WhatsApp. 3-in-1. And look at the valuations of them. And then let's just do some quick comparisons. What they had in common, what we have in common with them. All of them got to 1 million registrations within 1 year. We're easily going to knock that out. All of them offered free services with only a very small percentage of the people actually upgrading and paying for services. We expect the same thing. When we roll out Panda Meet, maybe we'll have 3% of the people that will upgrade and pay $5 versus the 15 to Zoom. Or some of the people might upgrade to the 500 room, which is like $69 Zoom. With us, it's probably going to be like $18. So we're going to be able to compete against our competitors on price, value, and security. Many of you know that Zoom is always getting hacked into as of lately and stuff. That won't happen with our military encryption. Were the customers ever given shares for using it and sharing it? No, they were not. And that 1 million is very critical. I can't wait till the day we come on and announce that we're now at 1 million registrations, because that seems to be the springboard. That within 3 to 4 years, you're at the 400 to 600 million customers that all these companies got into when they were valued at 18 billion or more. That's the one thing they had in common. We think we have the ability to shatter those numbers because we have a highly responsive message and just a dream team that has started with this. So we are basically what you would call a true utility token, because we have so many case uses for it. Securities opinion letters being written as we speak right now. And so if you don't know this already, these are the 6 products that we have right to second. Plus we have Panda 11. Panda 11 will be the biggest source of revenue for us ever. Something else that just fell into our laps was the same people that built Dream 11, the largest sports fantasy app in all of India, based on fiat, as all of them all over the world are. That same marketing team, same development team, and same branding team are the same people that are doing Panda 11. Panda 11's fiat-based. We can go global. All sports fantasy apps are basically localized, regionalized. And a lot of that is restrictions of the fiat. All of them are taxed. With this, there's a avoidance of, not an avoidance of the tax, because legally it can be done because it's global online and we're located in the British Virgin Islands. So the only tax has to be paid is there. Now, when somebody wins on Dream 11, $1,000, and it's a play to earn skill, it's not considered gambling. And that's the way every country has viewed it, that it's actually a skill. You create your team to play against other teams. Well, when you take home $1,000 on Panda 11, you will take home 850. There's a 15% rake. On Dream 11, you win $1,000, you'll take home 450 because they're going to rake 20%. Plus, you got to pay the government 35% tax, which is $350. So you can see where we're highly competitive there. We already have 25,000 now onboarded on Panda 11. We're doing live matches. We're only doing 1 PPM, so that's all That's the max they can come there with and play with is 1 PPM. And so we've had about 5 to 6 live matches since Thursday. And those live matches have been generating like 10 to 25 players and stuff just at one. And now people are learning how to actually, educational videos have been sent out. There's going to be a tsunami of deposits that are going to happen over the next 3 to 4 days. We're ready to open the floodgates on that. Well, other products that people were already using before they ever got on this call, such as Panda Meet, which is the Zoom like we're doing. Panda Post is like Dropbox, but Dropbox on steroids because you can do radar tracking with it. It's got biometrics to open up the emails and everything. And we think people will subscribe to that a little higher than what they do at Dropbox, just for that James Bond feeling, not necessarily that they're a big business, but just because they think it's cool with the radar tracking and stuff. So if somebody's already spending money on Zoom and they're already spending money on Dropbox and they come over here, it's a real revenue generating business for us. When I tell people to look at a crypto project and say, hey, take the crypto out, can this business be a great business without crypto? If you answer yes to that, you've probably stumbled into a very good crypto project because there's very few of them that you can say that. Most of them, the strategy is build, sell them on an exchange, and then the price drops and then everybody cries. It's just basically pumping them. Here we have real revenue generating products that people were using before they ever came to here. We just give them a much better value. When we look at the roadmap here, I'm going to do the roadmap and then we're going to ask a final question, which I'll answer. But before we do that, I would like to hear from Mikhail. Mikhail is definitely has to have crossed over 90,000 Panda pals. It's people like him that have made me very proud to get this community started. It's also people like a gentleman that's in Nigeria that started with no money. It's now crossed about 40,000 Panda pals, has about 16,000 tokens. And I'm not even sure where Mikhail is at with the amount of tokens. I do know that he's crossed 90,000 Panda pals. Mikhail, if you could come on and say a few words.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me for this call. Of course, I want to always say thank you, Albert, because you opened up my eyes, and thank you for introducing me to Panda. It's so amazing what's happening, but it's not about me. I want to give an example what just happened in my group. I just met a girl beginning of the last week. And guys, what I'm about to tell you, this is already happening in many of our groups, and it will happen in every group because somebody just gonna come in who just see it. This lady, 24 years old girl, he lives in Russia. He lives in a town which is only about 140 or 180,000 people, so it's not a big town. And she sponsored in a couple months by herself 1,424 distributors as the last week. She already broke, I think about 40,000 people in her organization. And when I talked to her, I asked her a question. Her name is Annette. I said, my God, what happened? I never saw that before in my entire life. And what is your secret? And she looks at me and she says, what are you talking about? What secret? It's free. When I was told about this opportunity, she told me, I got it right away. You just go to people. She said, I start talking to everybody I know. I made a video. I sent video to everybody I know. And I just telling them, guys, this is what we already been using. Are you using Skype? Are you using WhatsApp? Are you using Telegram? Great. Why don't you use this? Because here you get paid. This is it. That's all she does. And we're going to start seeing young people come to our companies who are not brainwashed yet, and they just see it free. She already made, if I'm not mistaken, in a couple months 36,000 tokens. You understand how much money this is? And it's going to get only bigger as soon as we get listed, and it's going to go bigger and bigger because of so many people join the business, because Panda 11. This is going to explode in everybody's face in a good way. That's where we are, guys. I'm not trying to hurt anybody, so please excuse what I'm about to say, but anybody doesn't see it, they just brain dead. It's our responsibility to send this message to everybody. I mean, free. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I already made about 66,000 PPMs. And, that's a lot of money already. And how long I've been here in the business? Less than 100 days. I mean, guys, this is not about me. This is not about you. It's about all of us. Do you understand we will change many people's life? And it's free. Nothing, zero. And everybody have a phone. That's all you gotta do. You gotta ask somebody, do you have a smartphone? You use a Skype? Great, upload this application. You're gonna do the same thing you did before, except now you're gonna get paid.
Mikhail, after that talk, I don't even want to finish the presentation. I want to get off and start messaging people. Very exciting.
Albert, do you understand? He sponsored, like in a couple months, 1,424 people. I mean, it's amazing. Guys, that's what start happening. And can you imagine when Panda 2 comes out?
Yes. Listen, as I started this presentation up, I've seen things happen here I've never seen happen anywhere else in my life. I mean, where do you go? And somebody says, and Mikhail, just the amount of time that you've been in, where can you go and say, oh, this gentleman just built a 90,000 person organization over the last 3 months? I've never heard or seen such a thing. If you get to 5,000, you're one of the best. So very, very happy. I mean, it's all about results, and having a dream and having something down on a piece of paper is one thing, but to have the actual success stories that we're having. And the thing that makes us so great is we're attractive to people that are in third world countries, and we're also attractive to the person that was on Forbes magazine as Entrepreneur of the Year. I mean, we cross all genders, everything. So that, and once again, like I said, just go to YouTube, type in PunkPanda, see what they're saying. See what they're saying about me, my partners, see what they're saying about PunkPanda, the idea, the thought, the crypto, all of it. I mean, it's totally amazing to me. And we've never even tried to push this out in marketing. That's all going to start. And we have an app that's been less than desirable, But the good thing about that is finding out the 27 glitches and bugs and getting them all worked out in version 2 on the verge of being here sometime very shortly. Now, listen, here's the roadmap. We've reached every single one of those right there. And all of them are still in play. As a matter of fact, some of them we've even started before they were even promised. Now, I'm going to end this, and then I know that I got Jay Roberts. I guess we have Jay Roberts and TW as our final 2 here. If you ask 25 crypto projects this question, they can't answer it, or they'll just sit there and stumble. But we started with this as part of the strategy when we started. That's why we do the minting. The question is, how can you hold the PPM token value or increase its value as time goes along without it being like a pump and dump? Of course, the price is going to go up and down, but how do you hold it the best you can and increase its value? Well, first of all, you mint the tokens. That way, if they're all created at once, somebody could dump a lot into the market at once and kill the market. So these 2,100, that's all that can come into supply every 30 minutes. It can't be no more. So it's the minting and the half-lives. Every year, then for 2 years, there's a half-life. Then 4 years, there's another half-life for the final 8 years. We have the 48-hour rule that says, hey, I have $1,000 worth of the PunkPanda tokens here. I want to take out 300 for this medical expense. You can do that, but you will lose 96 cycles because while you're withdrawing, you get no rewards. It's a security issue. That's one. And two, it's to make you think, do I want the 300 from here, or should I sell some Ethereum, or should I sell some Tron? And it's totally your decision. The DeFi and staking. With our DeFi project, especially with Jedi Josh leading that whole project right there, and he's world famous for the liquidity pools and the things that he's done before in the past. And we know that we have people in India that like to stake for 2 years. Well, those are tokens that are taken off out of circulation when they're out of circulation for 1 year, 2 years, or even to 3 months. So that keeps the value up. Number 4, company buyback. Well, the owner of Dream 11 makes so much money. He makes about $250,000 every match, and he does several matches every single day. That's the profitability of having 80 million people subscribed there. So even if just on that one project, we only do 10% of what they do, and we raise, 200,000, we get 200,000 in revenue in one day. $6,000 goes to buy the PunkPanda tokens off the market. They go into a wallet. We're calling it a burn wallet, but it's actually going to be a charity wallet. Every 90 days, 10% will be taken out, given to charity. Then the rules, which aren't specific right now, will be written, and it'll be very difficult for those tokens to come back into supply, okay? It makes no sense to burn them. Let's do something good with them, okay? So they will go to charity. Token lock, withdrawal limits. People complained in the beginning. Now, a lot of them are seeing the big picture. When you're involved in all these projects that are pump and dump, wouldn't you rather take out 1% and 2% and the whole community do that for the tokens that were bought in the pre-sale, and instead of everybody rushing over to sell them? And if you're first, then you're happy, but if you're last, you're not, okay? And the project's dead, okay? So take them out slowly, gives us time to build Panda 11, to roll out Panda Meet, places where people can use the actual tokens. And then last, it's a utility token. These are things that people were paying for before we ever came into their life. They're going to continue paying for them, just with us, a better value, better product, more secure. Okay. So now I'll do the final wrap up after Jay, and then I'll turn it over to you, TW. So Jay Roberts, if you could come on and speak a few words about how everything is going with you, I would very much appreciate it.
Mr. Albert, Kenny Roberts asking Marcel to speak instead, because Marcel is producing amazing work. Marcel Higgins.
I'm going to type in Marcel. M-A-R-C-E-L. Marcel Higgins. Okay, I got it right here. He is now co-host. Go ahead, Marcel. Come on and tell us your story, sir. You are now co-host. You got to unmute yourself. There you go, Marcel. You're on.
Good enough. All right, can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad that I was asked to be here. I am so happy to be here because I want to say three different types of phrases. One, the word free. It's a no-brainer to me. That's the next thing. No-brainer. That's a two-word phrase. Game changer. That's what this is. And a wealth enhancer. That's just what this is. Then the third thing is a three-word phrase. Do it now. We need to do this thing now because this thing is awesome. I am so happy to be a part of it. I'm so glad that Kenny asked me to be a part of this. And I use it. It's so simple. Download it, use it, share it. And it's been said several times, but I'm watching it grow. I mean, literally, I've been a part of this for almost 16 days. And I've got over 18 tokens that's just been given to me, just for using it, just for downloading it, just for sharing it. And my team has gotten to be maybe about 85, not even 100 yet, but still, it's growing. And all I'm trying to say is please take advantage of this. Everybody always wonders, how did things happen how did I become something? How did I miss something? Amazon, I missed it. How did all these different things happen? But here's PunkPanda. I would get a part, do it, download it, come into the meetings, share it with others. Let it do itself. It's doing it by itself. Just be a part. That's all I can say.
Marcel, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, it seems the common theme here is free. So I'm going to end it with this and then turn it over to TW for final thoughts. If I was starting right now tonight, we all know that out of, like 20 friends, we got 2 or 3 of them that really like investing into crypto projects and stuff, and the other 17 are very leery. Because we have an extended sell, there's about probably 4 weeks left with it. Then there will be the listing on Pancake. Okay, maybe it's only 3 weeks. Then there'll be the listing on Pancake. Knowing that the $1.15 is the highest it can reach, but actually we're going to make an announcement where it can go to $1.20 because a lot of people came in the last few days and purchased. Knowing that in 3 weeks, it's a once-in-a-lifetime deal. It's done. It's over. You'll never be able to buy the token again this cheap. I would focus on that. That would be my first focus. Get every investor that I know to go over there and at least buy $50 worth. And then all the rest of the people that say no to that, that's when I'd start telling them, download the app for free, download the app for free, and download the app for free, which is about what 95% of your people are going to do. I just would not let the extended sale go by without giving it my focus for the first 3 weeks. If I was joining tonight, that's what I would do. I'd go over there, do 50, because the commissions, it gives you liquidity right away. There's 100% payout on the commissions right away. So that's what my focus is. It would be my strategy. That's all I'm saying. And then Panda Pals will be there for the next 15 years to actually build and stuff. But anybody that's going to buy something on the farm, they can do it now cheaper than they'll ever be able to. And that person's going to go and be part of your Panda Pals team anyway. So with that, I would love to turn it over to our Chief Communications Officer, which is TW Dawson, very good friend of mine. And I'll let you go ahead and close it out, TW.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Panda Pals. Thank you, all speakers. I just want to say that most people are excited about this listing. We should really be more excited about what we have right now. We're looking towards the future. We're missing out on what's going on right now. The listing, yes, the listing is going to be amazing. It's going to be powerful. It's going to bring a lot of new people into this organization, to this community. But what we don't want to miss is the opportunity right now. Never will there ever be a time to be more prosperous in PunkPanda than right now. Before we list, you'll never be able to get the PunkPanda token at the price you can get it for right now. Before we explode, you'll never be able to get more rewards, more staking rewards than right now. Before we actually get the new app, we'll never be able to grow our organization as fast as we're growing it right now and receive more benefit from it. This is the time right now. See, a lot of times when we have things that are forecasted, people start to settle and look towards the future and say, well, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. When you say you can't wait, that means that it's implying that you're kind of missing out on what's going on. Someone who can't wait is not appreciating what's going on right now. I can't wait for what's going on right now. I can't stand what's going on right now. Right now is the time to prosper. Right now is the time to grow your organization. Right now is to take $20, $30 a week and invest it in a farm. Right now is the time. So let's not go too far of a vision, because what we put together is for us. And we are the family. We are the original people that joined and made this what it is right now. So if we wait, we're going to allow others outside of this community to benefit with something that we had right in our hands, and we just handed it over to them. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So if we don't take advantage of this to the full capacity, whatever we don't take, I can guarantee you Panda 11 people are going to take. I guarantee you the people that's going to be on Pancake Swap is going to take. I guarantee you the people that's coming in after the new app is going to take. Because guess what? We should be the ones that benefit, because we went through the knocks and the bruises and the ups and the downs of the app. We had to wait for the corporate updates. We had to wait for Panda 11 to really come together. We had to wait for all these things. So we should be the ones that benefit from this explosion. And if we just wait until all those things happen, they will be the ones that benefit from it. So I just wanted to put that in your ear, let you understand that it's important now. Now is the time, all right? So with that being said, I am so excited to have our CEO come and share. And again, I watched this program start from its inceptions, and I will say without fear of contradiction, the men that put this together have one thing in mind, is to help the people. I've never seen a person like Albert, like Marcus, and even myself, I can speak for myself, and some of the other people, even Azim, that have such a desire to help the people. And this is the benefit of that. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing it right now. We're seeing it from all nations being represented. And what I want to do right now is, before we close out, I'm going to unmute everybody and just say goodbye and let us know.